Hi, Drew.
Hi, Anna.
Are you so excited about our trip to the Lego store today?
I am. I can't wait. I've been practicing.
Yeah, can I see?
I can't wait to show you. I have it covered up with a sheet. You ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Here it is.
Is that a wall?
I built a big wall.
Oh my goodness. I want to get closer to it. Hold on. I want to see this.
Okay,
wait,
be careful.
Wait.
Oh, Anna.
Drew.
You broke the wall.
I am so sorry.
I will forgive you.
Drew, I didn't mean to. I tripped.
But how did that happen? There's even broken pieces. Like, it's not, you didn't just, how did you, you're strong.
But yes, but I just stepped on it. I stepped on a stray Lego. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I will forgive you.
But we're going to the Lego store to get more bricks.
That is exactly what I need right now.
Okay, good. Well, on our way, do you want to talk about a story about a wall that came tumbling down in the Bible?
Yes.
Okay, let's get in the car. Let's go to the Lego store, and hopefully you will forget about this. Let's go.
Let's go.
From the stories of Noah's Ark and Anna on the lawn, through the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. Whether you're new to this or an avid Sunday schooler, we'll learn about the Bible, just like church,
but even cooler.
And we take what we learn and we use what we find to go into the world and let the light of God shine.
Buckle up, kids.
In evangelism, it's time to go. In evangelism, in faith we grow. In evangelism, let's start the show.
Okay, so we're on our way to get some bricks to fix your wall.
Thank you.
And I want to talk about the story of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so this is a really cool story that involves music and marching and walls falling down.
It's so fantastic.
It's super cool.
If I had to have a wall fall down on any day, it's good that it was today.
It was good that it was
The
today.
only thing that could have been made it better is if you were blowing a horn at it or marching around it. That would have been more like the story.
I mean, I was kind of marching towards it.
We should probably... We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes. So do you have a song about this story?
I do.
Yeah.
And it's marching band inspired.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
So I hope you like it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Here it is. Joshua and his people got a word from God one day. He said, Jericho is the city who's standing in your way. But you don't need no weapons, I'll give it all to you. Just listen up, cause here's what you do. I said, don't you know about Jericho? Here we go, around Jericho. Horns they blow, marching to and fro. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Woo. And God said, early in the morning, line up toe by toe, march around the city for 6 days in a row. But on the 7th morning, put on your dancing shoes. Do as I say and you will never lose. Don't you know about Jericho? Here we go, around Jericho. Horns they blow, marching to and fro. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Joshua and his people marched just as they were sent. For 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days around the walls they went. But on the 7th day they marched 7 times and said, wait till God says go. 3, 2, 1, ready, blow! Don't you know about Jericho. Here we go, all around Jericho. Horns they blow, marching to and fro. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. I said, don't you know about Jericho? Here we go, around Jericho. Horns they blow, marching to and fro. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho. Down and down they go. Down and down they go, the walls of Jericho.
What a fun song.
I'm glad you like it. I really liked putting it together, and I liked imagining all the horns that were at the Jericho wall.
Yeah, it makes me kind of want to just dance around.
For sure.
Yeah, so let's talk about the story. So the Israelites, they have been in the wilderness for 40 years. Where were they 40 years ago?
They were back in Egypt working as slaves.
They were.
But God freed them.
God freed them. He sent a man named Moses who freed the slaves, and they went into the wilderness to something called the Promised Land. And it was land that God had promised them. And we'll talk more about them leaving Egypt. It's called the Exodus. We'll talk more about that in a later episode. But as they were getting close to the Promised Land, like they're so close, there was something standing in their way. And that was a city called Jericho.
Jericho.
Now, Jericho was a city that was surrounded by a very large and very strong wall. And the people of Jericho were not going to let the Israelites pass through to get to the Promised Land. And so God told Joshua, who was now the leader of the Israelites, we're going to go and you're going to take this city. It's yours for the taking, and I'm going to knock those walls down for you, but you've got to do something for me first. You've got to take some soldiers and the Ark of the Covenant. Can you really briefly explain what the Ark of the Covenant was?
It's a box that the 10 Commandments are in that represents the presence of God.
Yes, perfect. And so you're going to take the Ark of the Covenant, you're going to take some priests, and you guys are going to walk around the city once a day for 6 days. I looked it up. The walk was actually only a half-mile walk.
So not a huge city, but a huge wall.
Yes, huge wall. The city itself was only 7 acres. And so to walk around it to be about a half mile. And while they walked, everybody had to be totally quiet except for the priests who were going to be blowing on their horns. And so they were going to walk around it once a day for 6 days. And then on the 7th day, they had to walk around it 7 times.
Whoa.
And then God says, you're going to stop. And then when you hear a long, loud blast on the horns, you're going to shout as loud as you can, and the walls are going to come down. So that's what they did. They walked around the city once a day for 6 days. And then on the 7th day, they did their 7 times. And so I can't math that real quick. How far would that be?
That would be 3.5 miles.
They walked 3.5 miles. And then there was a loud trumpet blast, and then there was shouting, and the walls came tumbling down.
Amazing.
God did exactly what he said he was going to do. And
so cool.
Isn't that so cool? I love that story.
Me too.
So on our way to the Lego store, I actually want to stop and talk to a friend of mine. Her name is Corlia, and she's so cool. And she is going to take some time off of her busy summer because she has been going to camps. She just got done with choir camp. She's been traveling a lot this summer, and she's taking some time to talk to us about this story. And she knows a lot about this story. So are you cool if I go talk to Corlia?
Yes, I need some time to design my new wall anyway.
Okay, here's some paper.
Thank you.
Here's a pen.
Thank you.
And
because you remember, I had a wall and you broke it.
I
but I forgive you.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted is your
Say hi to
forgiveness.
Corlia for me.
Okay, I will. I'll be right back. Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, Corlia.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How's your summer going?
Great.
Great. Have you been to any camps or anything?
I've been to choir camp with my friend LJ.
You went to choir camp with your friend LJ?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did y'all sing a lot of songs?
A lot.
Yeah? What was your favorite part of choir camp?
The activities that we got to do.
Oh, yeah? What was one of the activities?
I would probably say bowling.
Ooh, you got to go bowling?
Yeah.
Are you a good bowler?
Not really.
Not really. I'm not either. Mine normally go in the gutter all the time. Well, speaking of bowling, you know, when you bowl, you knock down the pins.
Yeah.
And today's story, we're talking about knocking down what?
The wall.
The wall. We're talking about knocking down the walls of Jericho, right?
Yeah.
So what a perfect segue into this story. Did you like this story when you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was your favorite part of the story?
When they were like stomping and blowing their horns and yelling.
Yeah? Stomping their horns and blowing. Or stomping their feet and blowing their horns. Yeah. Do you play an instrument?
No.
No. Would you ever want to play like a horn or something?
I'd want to play a piano.
Oh, okay. How funny do you think it would have been if the Israelites had been marching with like pushing pianos around the wall? What do you think that would have looked like?
It leaved like dust pass behind them.
Yeah. Okay, so Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. As you were reading this story, were there any things that made you like curious or any I wonder questions you had about the story?
Like, I was wondering like why did they need 7 priests, and like why did Moses like why did he die on the hill?
Oh, okay. So why did Moses die on the hill? And then why were there 7 priests?
Yeah.
Those are good questions. What do you think? Let's start with the Moses one. Why do you think Moses died on that mountain?
I don't really know.
Yeah?
I just think like he was able to see it, but like he died because he had to help the other people without, like, he wanted Joshua to lead the rest.
Yeah, that's right. But then the 7 priests, what do you think that's about?
I don't really know.
No? Well, let's think about the number 7. What do you know about the number 7?
It's important in some stories.
Yeah, it is important in some stories. Yeah. 7 is considered like a complete number.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like God's number.
Because the other reason I also think is because I think one of my friends told me that, like, and I think my mom also told me that God took a break on Sunday.
Yeah, which was the what day?
The 7th.
The 7th day. That's right. Yeah, so like all of creation kind of took 6 days, 7 if you count the rest day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. Wow, Corlia, those are some great questions. So what other I wonder questions do you have?
Like, why are they quiet on the last day, on the 7th?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so like they had to walk around and they were like blowing trumpets, but on the last day, God was like, you got to be quiet.
Yeah.
When you walk around, and then stop and blow your trumpets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know? Why do you, I mean, let's come up with some guesses. Like, why do you think they had to be super quiet?
Probably because like they had to be quiet because like all the noise like would probably have to like pull the wall up a little bit or like make it weaker underground, so then it could actually like crumble.
I like that. Or maybe it's because like I wonder if it's like a surprise. You know, that last day because they were going to do something different. They were bringing the walls down, right? Mm-hmm. So they were quiet, and then that like big noise just shook the walls down. Do you have any other I wonders?
Like what were the people of Jericho thinking?
What were the people of Jericho thinking? Ooh. Okay, so let's play a game. What if you lived in Jericho? near the wall. And all of a sudden, these people just started marching in circles and playing trumpets and having a parade every day for a week. What would you be thinking?
I would be thinking, like, what the heck is going on?
Have you ever been to a parade?
I think I have when I was, like, a little tiny kid.
Yeah. Could you imagine just, like, waking up and, like, do you have any siblings?
A sister.
You have a sister?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a little sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is your little sister?
She's 2.
You're 2. So you have a 2-year-old little sister. So imagine you are in your bedroom and you wake up and your little sister is playing a trumpet and walking back and forth outside of your room every morning.
Oh, God.
For a whole week.
I'd probably get, like eye bags so dark. I'd probably wake up at midnight.
Yeah. And you'd think it was kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the last day, she starts walking, but she's tiptoeing. And she's being real quiet. And then all of a sudden, she just starts yelling, like, ah, outside of your door. What would it make you do?
It would make me put my head under my pillow.
So, like, yeah. So I wonder what the people of Jericho were thinking when all of a sudden they just hear, like, ah, and then, like, the walls to their city just fall down. That's crazy.
It would probably be so loud.
Yeah, I bet it was. What an alarm clock. Just people yelling and playing the trumpet real loud. So on Minivangelism, we like to say that every story in the Bible tells us a little something about God. So what does this story tell us about God?
To, like, trust and listen to him.
To trust and okay, say more on that. What do you mean?
Like, I mean, like if he tells you to do something, like, let's say he tells you to, like, blow a horn, and you don't do that, that's not listening and trusting him. So you have to, like, trust him and listen to what he's saying.
I like that. What do you think this tells us about things that stand in our way?
To just, like bad things are good.
Well, what do you think the walls were?
Bad?
They were keeping the Israelites out of the promised land.
Ignore them and trust God.
Ignore them and trust God? Yeah. And maybe God will see us through?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good observation, to just trust and listen to God. Yeah, because I bet, we talk about, like, what did the people of Jericho think? But I wonder what the Israelites were thinking, too, when they had to, like, get up every morning and just march in circles.
They probably didn't have a clock them, so they'd probably be waking up at, like, 5, 6, or, like, even sometimes, like, for the 7th day, they'd probably had to wake up at, like, midnight or something.
Yeah. Okay, Corlia, now we are at the part where we get to stump Pastor Drew. This is my favorite part of the kid interview.
I'm excited.
Do you have some stump Pastor Drew questions?
Yeah.
You think you can get them? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm telling you, he got stumped the last one, so he kind of he's studying hard, so he needs a win. But I don't know if you can give it to him. All right, so what's your first stump Pastor Drew question?
What were the horns made out of?
Ooh, what were the horns made out of? Or the trumpets that they had to blow, what were those made out of? Okay, that's a great question. All right, what's your second stump Pastor Drew question?
What did they have to do to make the walls crumble?
Okay, what did they have to do to make the walls fall down? All right, love that. Okay, and then what's your third stump Pastor Drew question?
Who was Joshua's dad?
Who was Joshua's dad? That's a great question. Oh, that's one that's, like, kind of in the story, but not. I mean, it's in the story, but it's, like, a hidden detail. So I think you're going to stump him. And, if you stump him, you get a free high five. So I think you got that free high five coming to you. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, those are some great questions, Corlia. And, at the end of every kid interview, we like to tell a joke. Do you got a joke for me?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
Did you hear about the snowman when the sun came out?
No.
It had a meltdown.
That's a really good joke. Big fan of that joke. Good job. Well, thank you so much, Corlia, for coming on the show today.
You're welcome.
And and I cannot wait to see how your questions do, and I hope you have a great rest of your summer.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Can I see your design?
Look at it.
Drew, that's an awesome wall.
It's going to take a while, but I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. Well, I think you can do it. I'm not going anywhere near your walls.
I will let you help. We will just have to be very cautious.
Okay, I was planning on building the city inside the wall.
I can allow that.
Okay, thanks. I'm excited. So Corlia had some really cool things to say about this story. She had some awesome I Wonder questions. So her first I Wonder question actually is about the stuff that happened before the story. So we talked a little bit. The Israelites were let out of Egypt by a man named Moses. And he was supposed to lead them to the promised land. But at the beginning of the book, I forgot to mention, this story can be found in the book of Joshua, chapter 6. But in the beginning of the book, Moses dies on a mountain. And he doesn't get to go into the promised land. He doesn't lead them into the promised land. And so Corlia wanted to know, why is Joshua in charge and not Moses?
Yeah. That's a great I wonder. Did she have an answer? Did she have a guess?
She just said that he was probably very old.
Yes.
And she just pointed out that he chose Joshua to be the leader. So that's why Joshua was leading. But she didn't really have any good ideas as to why Moses
That's right.
didn't get
It
to
makes
go
me
through.
think of, have you ever known somebody that had a family business?
Yes.
And sometimes a family business gets passed down from generation to generation because the business is supposed to be kind of owned by the family, but for a long, long, long time.
Yes.
And there's something similar about that in the Bible, that it's not a family business, but it is a particular family that God has said, I'm going to work with you forever. And forever is a very long time. And in fact, the journey from Egypt to the promised land was longer than a lot of people would live. Now, Moses lived long enough, but he got told, you're actually not going to go into the promised land. And I think part of it is because God wanted to make it clear that this was God's project with God's family.
Right.
That the family business was not about Moses, not about Joshua, not about any one person, but it was something that's going to be for generations and generations to come. And so the book of Deuteronomy in the Bible is kind of Moses' farewell speech to the people, where he reminds them of everything that they're supposed to remember. And it's also where we see Moses God giving leadership from Moses to Joshua, and then Joshua takes the story from there. But eventually Joshua dies too, but the story continues because the family business, or the business of God, continues from there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one of her I Wonder questions. Her second I Wonder question was, why 7? 7 priests, 7 laps, 7 days. The number 7 is mentioned 14 times in this one chapter.
Interesting.
Which 14 is 7 times 2.
That's good. We have more math than usual. I like that.
We do have a lot of math in this episode.
I like that.
So maybe it's because we have our engineering hats on today while we're designing Lego stuff.
Did Corlia have a guess about 7?
She thinks it has something to do with the fact that the world was made in 7 days.
That's a really good guess. And I think she's right.
Yeah.
I think 7 is a number that comes up a lot in the Bible. So does 40. 40 days, 40 nights comes up a lot, 40 years. Do you have a favorite number?
Do I have a favorite number? Yes.
What's your favorite number?
15.
Any particular reason?
No.
Nice. I don't think I have a favorite number, except that 7 and 11, they
has delicious Slurpees.
That's true. 7, 11, 24, they all in my mind have the same color. Is that weird?
Do your numbers have colors?
Many of them do. Is that weird?
It's different. What color? Wait, what color are these numbers?
Like maroon.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's really cool.
I don't know why. But 7 might be God's favorite number, or maybe the Bible's favorite number, because it comes up so often, and often it just is supposed to remind us of God and the story of God. One big piece of which is that the way that the Bible tells the story of creation is that it happens in 7 days.
Yeah.
Another reason is that the seventh day is the day God rested, and it's given as a day of rest to God's people. So every 7 days, you're supposed to stop working and remember that you're not a slave anymore. You can rest because God is working for you. There are other reasons too. What's interesting about this story is it's on the seventh day when something doesn't get created, something gets destroyed. So it's kind of the opposite. Overall, I think one reason for so many sevens in this story may be to notice that the one who's doing this is God.
Yes.
You know, the people aren't using hammers or axes to take down the wall. They're giving their breath, but that God is the one but breath normally isn't strong enough to bring down a wall. God is the one doing it. And I think that's one reason why the number 7 figures so significantly. It's such a big part of the story.
Yeah. It's every time God says the word 7, it's just him saying, I'm here.
Yes.
It's his code.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a really interesting I Wonder question.
It was a great detail to pick up on.
So another I Wonder question she had was, why did everybody have to be quiet?
Ooh.
Except for the trumpets, like why, or horns. Why did they have to be silent? They couldn't say anything.
Why do you think?
I think it has something to do with like a sneak attack.
Ooh.
Like if they were talking, then the people of Jericho would kind of know what was up. And so, you know what I mean? Because you know that they were probably listening. And so, yeah, I think it was just...
Don't tell them the plan.
Exactly.
Just walk around.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
What do you think? And Corlia kind of had that idea too.
I think it's worth saying it's just weird. Like the Bible is full of God telling people to do things that seem weird, but ultimately God makes it work. I like the sneak attack idea. I also think like going for a quiet walk is just a nice thing to do. When we go for family walks, it's rarely quiet. Unless we like leave somebody in our dust and just keep walking to have a little quiet. But there's part of me that thinks to walk a half a mile as a group in silence is almost like praying. You know, like there's something about that's quiet and peaceful, even in a time of battle.
Yeah.
And again, it makes, I think one of the themes of the story is that God is doing the stuff. And you don't have to talk. You just follow my directions and I've got you.
Yeah. And listen to the music.
Yeah. And listen to the horns up in the front. Yeah.
Yeah. So her last I Wonder, so she had 4 I Wonders.
Great.
Fun. Her last I Wonder is, I wonder what the people of Jericho were thinking as they were walking around the wall.
Me too, especially as these weirdos are walking around in silence.
I asked her about if she had any siblings, and she said she had a little sister. And I was like, what would you do if just one morning your little sister just like busted up in your room and decided to just start doing laps around your bed and not talking?
With the talking, that does happen in our house.
Yes, very much so. But without the talking.
No,
I feel like
that
if
would be
somebody were
weird.
just like come in and just like start walking laps around my house and not saying a word, I'd probably call the cops.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's fair to assume that as soon as the people of Jericho see the Israelites, they know that something's about to go down. Because this is a time when like war between different family groups was common. So part of what I wonder about is like, what's it feel like to see a group that you assume you're about to fight with, but they're not fighting?
Right.
I feel like it might make me feel crazy, you know?
Well, the Bible actually says that like they knew the Israelites were coming and they were afraid of them. They were like a little scared because some spies had already like come into the city and stuff like that. And so I'm wondering if they were just like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next?
I even imagine like 2 boxers that are in the ring and one boxer is just like walking around and not throwing any punches. I feel like that would be kind of a brain attack, you know, of, I'm right here and you're afraid of me and I'm not going to do anything until I want to, you know? So part of it might be, like you said, a tactic that's going on.
And I'm wondering if like they let their guard down. Like the first 2 days, you were probably like, what are they doing? And then like 3rd and 4th day, you're like
they're at it again.
Guys.
They're walking again.
By day 7, you're like, okay, here they go. Hold on. They're taking extra laps.
What's that sound? Yeah.
I always wondered why Jericho didn't attack them.
Yeah.
As they were walking, or like, were they shouting at them?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
There's this really awesome cartoon called VeggieTales, and the they tell Bible stories with vegetables. And in the Joshua episode, they actually dump grape slushies on their heads as they're walking around the city.
I love it. That might be something that's a battle I'm willing to fight, especially on a hot day. Give me that slushie.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was a really interesting I wonder question. Yeah. So I asked Corlia, of course, the question we ask all of our guest kid hosts, what does this story tell us about God? And her response was, you just have to trust him and listen. Because sometimes he might ask you to do crazy things. And if you trust him and listen, then it's all going to work out.
I love that.
And I really liked that response because I guess an I wonder question that came from that was, what were the Israelites thinking? When Joshua comes up to them and is like, hey, we're going to go attack this city. Now everybody be quiet and walk.
Yeah. If I imagine myself as like one of the soldiers in the back, I'm thinking, this is dumb. This is not how I was trained to fight a war. Like this is, what are we doing? Yeah. And so it does take trust that even if it feels weird, if God tells you to do it, it's going to be for good.
Yeah. Have you ever like been somewhere with a friend and like you can't talk? And then the second that it ends, like you and your friend like run off to the side and you have to like debrief the whole thing?
Yes.
Like I wonder what the debrief sounded like at the end of the day.
What in the world is this God doing to us?
Yeah.
We look like idiots out there.
Exactly. Hold on. Tomorrow we've got to do this 7 times.
7 times? Nobody told me that.
Yeah. Get your new sandals on. Break them in tonight.
Yeah. But I love that part of what Corlia hears is sometimes it's weird, but the invitation is to trust God. And like sometimes just being a believer is weird,
Yeah.
Like going to church on Sundays. I have friends that don't do that. They do other things. It's weird. And yet it's something that because I trust God, I do. Even like going for a family walk. Nobody really wants to do that when it's time to do that. But usually when we get back from the family walk, we're glad we did.
Yeah.
So it does take trust to do something that you don't want to do or that doesn't make sense to you, which might ultimately be a good thing for you.
Yeah, I really like that.
I like that too.
So I'm so glad that you trust in God to deliver you through hard things.
Oh, no.
Because now it's time to get stumped.
Oh. Can I just go for a walk instead?
No.
All right.
But you've got your thinking brain on today.
I have.
Because you've been engineering and doing maths.
Yes.
Okay. So the first Stump Pastor Drew question is, what were the trumpets that they had to blow? What were they made out of?
Were they made out of Lego?
No.
Oh.
They weren't made out of Lego.
Okay,
Lego had not made its way to that part of the world yet.
That was my joke. But can you picture them in Lego too, with like the little cup hands with the little plastic horn in? I think that would be perfect. Yes. Okay. They were made out of. This was the Bronze Age. They were made out of bronze.
No.
Tin.
No.
Brass.
No. You get one more.
Oh.
You get one more.
They were antlers.
No. They were ram's horns.
That's the same thing.
No, antlers and horns are different. Antlers and horns are different. Antlers and horns are different. Antlers have like bone inside of them and they fall off. Horns don't. Horns grow.
I believe God, but I don't know that I believe you.
You need to believe me because my daughter is the one that told me the difference between antlers and horns. And she learned it on the same show that your daughter watches. So they know that antlers and horns are different.
They should go for a family walk instead of helping people stump me.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, I'm stumped.
Yeah. It says ram's horns.
I do remember now. Like horns are hollow and when they come off of a ram, you can blow into it.
Yes, but antlers have like cartilage in the middle of them and they're shed.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it.
See, you got stumped.
But what the cool thing about ram's horn is it's in the Bible a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And there's a special name for it.
Yeah, what is it? I know what it is, but you can say it.
It's a shofar.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So far, shofar, show bad.
I was going to say, you're doing pretty good, Shofar.
Thank you. But I'm not. I got stumped.
Okay, but you did know that they were called shofars.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, second one. You got this. What did the Israelites do to make the wall fall down?
They blew their shofars and yelled at the top of their lungs.
Yes.
Yes.
You got one.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So they yelled, and that was like God's signal. Send that wall down.
I like that.
All right.
I feel like when Lego structures break, the yelling usually happens after. It's interesting
Yes.
that the yelling happened before.
Yeah. So
Good for them.
Good for them. I wonder if any of them like stepped on a piece of wall with a bare foot and were like, ah.
If they did, they're a dad.
Yes. All right. Here's your last one.
Okay.
What was Joshua's dad's name?
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
Joshua, son of Nun.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, I had to go way back in my memory to remember that.
Yes.
Joshua, son of Nun, but it's spelled N-U-N.
Yeah, because it kind of makes it sound like he doesn't have parents.
That's right. Which
He's a
is
son
my
of-
kid's wish sometimes.
He's a son of none. I answer to no one. Yeah.
I don't know much. Maybe it's noon. I don't know. I don't know much about Joshua's father.
I don't either.
I'm so relieved that I remember that because 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. No.
I've come so far.
No, and Son of None reminds me of this story called the Odyssey, where this guy named Odysseus, he defeats a Cyclops, but he had told the Cyclops that his name was nobody. So when the Cyclops' friends come to help him, like they hear him getting beat up, and they're like, "What's wrong? Who's attacking you?" And he's like, "Nobody's attacking me." And so they leave him alone.
I wish there was a story in the Bible like that. Like,
Well,
Joshua,
yeah.
where are your parents? Or tell me who your father is. None.
I'm a son of none. Yeah, so thank you so much, Corlia.
Yeah, you get a
and-
free high five for stumping me next time I see you.
Yeah, it's always the biology questions that get you.
I am really bad at animal science. And it's not fair because there shouldn't be so much animal science in the Bible, but there is.
I think just moving forward, anytime you see a story that we're doing in the van,
I'm going to have to look up that animal.
yeah, you're just going to have to look up your biology textbook.
That's right.
Awesome.
Dear Internet, please tell me everything you know about rams.
Are there any deer in the Bible?
No.
So you can go to the deer internet?
At least there are antlers.
Yes, there are antlers there. Wait, you think deer have antlers?
Come on.
I'm just kidding. They do. So thank you so much, Corlia, for a great interview. We loved talking to you. So do you have any other thoughts or anything about this story?
I do. What about you?
I do too, but you go first.
Okay. One of my thoughts is what it tells us about God. And that is something that God says throughout the Bible is, I will fight your battles for you. And in fact, in the book of Joshua, right after this story, there's another story where they do not trust God and they do not follow directions and they lose the battle. And so the two kind of go together to say, do you see that when you trust God and let God fight your battles for you, that's when you win.
Right.
When you try to do it on your own, you might lose. And I think that's that's good news about God. And it's a thing to remember about our faith, that we might not be trying to bring down a wall of a small city, but we might be battling something. And the invitation is to trust God and let God fight the battle for us.
I love that.
I need that.
Yeah. One thing that this story reminds me of is a long time ago, many decades ago, during the civil rights movement in America, that the way that people fought for against injustice in our country, there was a time where people of different races couldn't go to school together or eat at the same restaurants or even use the same bathrooms. Vote or anything. There was just a lot of hate directed towards people who had darker skin and people of color. And the way that they stood up against those injustices were by marching and singing. And I don't know, it's just they took a cue from the Bible and showed that you don't have to necessarily use violence to win a battle.
And one of the songs that they had came from the days when many of their ancestors were enslaved in America. And they sang, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and why not every man?
Oh, I
Did you
haven't
know
heard
that one?
I just heard, and the walls came a tumbling down.
Oh, good. So we remember the story in song, and then it became a song that gets sung when you're fighting a different battle.
Yeah.
And I love that connection. And there are stories where this Bible story and others were the inspiration for continuing to fight, but especially to fight without violence.
Yeah.
Which means you're more likely to get hurt than hurt somebody else. But trusting in God, you trust that if God is on your side, it will bring victory. And it's an amazing time and amazing people that were willing to be a part of that battle in that way.
Yeah. And a lot of really great things came out of that movement.
It's true.
Yeah. And they're still working
Yeah.
on it, but a lot of big changes came from people non-violently protesting, which is just really cool.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I think the one other thing, just a fun connection, that Jesus, the name that we pronounce Jesus, is a version of the name Joshua.
Yeah.
And so Joshua was the one who was to lead them in battle and help them have victory and lead them into the promised land. And Jesus ends up being one that those people in the civil rights movement and people who have fought nonviolently for justice, they remind us of Jesus too, because that's kind of who he was. His number one weapon was his voice. He would say things that would heal people or send demons away or otherwise break down walls between different groups of people. And so ultimately, I think the same victory that we see God winning in the story of Jericho is the victory that we see Jesus winning for everyone. And I love that connection.
Me too. It's really cool. All right. Well, do you see the sign? We're here.
Yeah.
We're here. We're at the Lego store.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's really crowded. So I'm going to need you to just go in there and get us just start scooping up bricks. Cause this is the grand opening of this Lego store.
According to my calculations, I need 3,563 blocks.
Just for the wall?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and start scooping up bricks? Parents, don't forget that we have a special companion episode called The Driver's Seat, where we talk about the same story without the kids in the car. And that is up next on your Spotify queue. Also, don't forget that you can reach out to us on social media. We have an Instagram page. You can find us at Minivangelism, as well as a Facebook page now. Also, if you have any questions, some I Wonders, some Stump Pastor Drews, or if you would like, if your kid would like to be a special guest kid host on the show, please send us an email to minivangelism@gmail.com. We would love to have your kids on the show. Corlia, our special guest kid host today, she actually asked to be on the show. So kids, if you want to be on here, tell your parents to send us an email. We would love the chance to talk to you about the Bible.
Anna.
Yes.
Come over here. I'm starting on my wall, but walk slowly.
Okay, I've got to go, and it was good to see or talk to all of you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Minivangelism and the Driver's Seat are hosted by Anna Burrell and Drew Colby. Theme song written by David Burrell and produced by Evan Setzer. The theme song was performed by David Burrell, Drew Colby, and Evan Setzer. Podcast, sound design, and editing done by David Burrell. Minivangelism and the Driver's Seat are a ministry of Grace United Methodist Church in Manassas, Virginia. For more information, check out umcgrace.org.